There's a heavy storm outside. I am sick inside. The video is late. But it is out because I don't call it quits. But you know who does? That's right. It is the Hero Girl and Demon Lord Call It Quits, Weekly Shonen Jump's newest manga. Did you like that segue? Smooth? Nice? Okay. Let's just talk about this manga because this is the manga that bamboozled me. It tricked me. It led me to a false sense of security before pulling the rug from right under my feet. Let's just get into it because that's kind of what the manga does as well. It just throws you right into the premise of it all with a little backstory. This is the hero of the story, Asuka, and this is the Demon Lord. They fight a lot, and that is until the Demon Lord one day decides to call it quits. He tells Asuka that he's grown tired of this fight, actually has grown fond of humans, and ultimately decides to not try to destroy the world anymore, as long as Asuka lets him freeload on her house. Which she reluctantly agrees because, one, she really doesn't want to fight either. She instead wants to live a normal high school life, just like any other girl her age, and two, this way she's able to keep an eye on him just in case this is a trick or there's another change of heart, so they, just like the title says, both call it quits and start living together. The first bulk of this chapter is very much focused on letting us experience these two characters and their dynamic, which is good. I think when it comes to slice of life, the characters and their dynamics is kind of like the most important. It's almost always to me the most important thing, but doubly so in slice of life and comedy. So yeah, and I like that their dynamic in here is very fun. The Demon Lord specifically is pretty funny. Is this very deadpan character just hanging around, like watching anime, reading Jump, all the while having the power to destroy the world if he wants to, but it's actually like extremely nice and thoughtful throughout the entire chapter. Meanwhile, Asuka is more of a reactionary character of the manga. She's pretty silly and cute, and she loves being praised, probably mostly because she hasn't, as far as you could tell, even though she's literally the hero of the world. But the main thing is that they're pretty fun together. The first half of this manga, with their interaction both during the negotiation part and them hanging around the house, is easily the best part. And whilst not very Jump-esque, I think this is a style of manga that is relatively popular right now. It feels like it has elements of the current wave of awesome rom-coms, as well as a bit of isekai elements, especially because the manga has this magical, gamey elements to it. Obviously, the Demon Lord has magical spells, but Asuka also has levels. On occasion throughout this chapter, you see what I think is either leveling up or gaining experience. There's this special effect that appears on occasion, and the first time it appears is when she levels up, so I think they are related in some way. These elements aren't really overused in chapter, they're more like alluded to in a couple of moments, but it does give that Dragon Quest JRPG feel to it that you'd expect from a manga with the Demon Lord on their title. Obviously, I know that this is neither a rom-com nor an isekai, but I think it can appeal to a mix of those audiences, which are pretty big, and it's not something that Jump tries to appeal to very often. But that is the first part of the manga. Let's talk about the second. So Asuka goes to school and meets the third character of this chapter, Harry. Harry is Asuka's only school friend, just like Carrie is Asuka's only friend right now. Sorry, if you have the name of my favorite wrestler, you have to expect me to make a reference to it somehow. Anyways, the plot of the manga goes really fast again, and just 2 pages after introduction, Eri reveals that she's not a friend at all, and actually has been waiting for the Demon Lord to be defeated, which she thinks has been the case, to finally kill Asuka because she is an alien from outer space with a giant octopus monster. And so they fight. Yeah, this is a battle shonen. And that makes this entire batch battle shonens, and sure, it's only the first one is really like a pure one, but they're all going to be competing for the same spots, and I don't think we needed this. I don't think this manga needed to be a battle shonen, and I don't know, I wasn't expecting it. Maybe because I don't read the one-shots, so maybe the one-shot is more of a battle shonen, but I was totally expecting this to be a slice of life manga, and then, you know, the first half makes me feel like it's going to be a slice of life manga, the previews make me feel like it's going to be kind of like a slice of life manga, then you just, out of nowhere, it's a battle shonen. Either way, they start fighting, but then the Demon Lord pops up and destroys a giant octopus, and then the alien, and then he even rewinds time for an hour, so that nobody knows that Asuka is the hero. Look, I like the chapter. My problem with being a battle shonen is that I thought the first half of the manga was so much more enjoyable than the second, especially compared to the other two first chapters of this batch. Like, at least Goron's egg fight, it looked good, and the Mage Next Door had some imaginative and unique stuff. Meanwhile, the fight on this manga was just there. I think, you know, as a mix, it's fine. As a plot to attach to the manga, but it must not lose its roots. And often what I see is that they do. Like, a lot of the manga that start as slice of life battle shonen end up becoming just either full battle shonens or at least most of the time battle shonens. But what if this isn't a battle shonen? What if this is a Mahou shoujo? Now, let me explain. I saw what you did to the 200 subscriber YouTube channel that made a video on Mahou shoujo. I saw that. You're gonna have to chill and listen and let me explain, please. I don't think this is a pure Mahou shoujo, obviously. Instead, I think it has a lot of influence from Mahou shoujo based on the couple of Mahou shoujo that I've read, which, to be fair, they're not a lot, but I can at least see some elements in common. Obviously, the Asuka girl turns into a hero in this, complete with a change of uniform into a fluffy, cute, and cool one is one-on-one Mahou shoujo. It's pretty much the entire definition of the genre. But the focus on school life and relationships while having a monster of the week to deal with reminds me a lot of Card Capture Sakura, which honestly I think it's a pretty good blueprint if you want to do something like this. If you want to do this mix of slice of life with monster of the week, Card Capture Sakura is really good blueprint to go for. And look, I don't know if there's going to be a romantic plot between Demon Lord and Asuka, but surely you cannot blame me from seeing some parallels between Demon Lord and Tuxedo Mask or Shira. It's just, I don't know if you want to punch me, but I generally do believe that there are some influence from Mahou shoujo in this manga. So, fantasy, gag comedy, school life, battle shonen, sci-fi, Mahou shoujo. This manga is a giant pot of things, and obviously a lot of those genres naturally just coexist, but not all of them. I think it would be very easy for this manga to be a mess, but it's not. At least not right now, and that's good. I think that's interesting. However, my fear is that it will not continue to do so. And to be clear, my fear is not that it will become a mess, because I don't think it will. It's more that the layers of its unique elements end up falling off as the manga goes on. Call me cynical, but this is an effect that I've seen happening in Jump, especially in series that don't feel like they belong in the magazine at the start. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope this manga flourishes and succeeds while maintaining its roots. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. But if you see me talk about more first chapters of weekly Shonen Jump manga, you can click on the playlist on the left, and if you want to see me cover the upcoming series, well, there's always a subscribe button, isn't there? And if you are still here, thank you very much, and I'll see you next video.